recorded. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend enjoying the weather while you can. Can't believe Thursday is October already. All right, we're gonna sit nice and tall, relaxing your eyes. Feel free to have your music playing in your background. Completing each inhale before exhaling. Let's start with some movement through our neck, keeping those shoulders nice and tall. Chest is open as you roll your neck side to side. Once you've done a few, if you want to take that into a full rotation, feel free to open that chin. Make sure you go in both directions. Really try to focus on relaxing those shoulders. Let your neck do the movement. Bringing your head back to center. Let's add shoulder rolls going forward. Bringing movement into those shoulders, still sitting nice and tall. Reversing that circle when you're ready. All right, let's go ahead and open that left leg. Right leg stays tucked into your body. We're gonna bring that right arm up and over, reaching towards that left toe. Chest stays forward to start with. As you exhale, let's go ahead and drop that chest. Walking those hands towards the center. Go ahead and keep those hips down on the floor as you reach your fingertips forward. Slowly walking those hands back to center. Let's go ahead and tuck. We're going to do something a little different here. Tuck that left foot towards your body so you're kind of in the zigzag position. Rotate or push your hips towards that right knee and hinge at the hips here. If you feel like you need a bigger stretch through those glutes, let's go ahead and open that foot up a few inches. Slowly press yourself back up. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to start by extending that leg. Right leg opens out to the side. Left foot tucks in. Let's start by reaching over Same thing, but on the other side. Exhale as you drop that chest. Slowly walk your hands forward. Again, keep those hips on the floor. Walking our hands back to center. Tucking that right leg behind us, rotating your hips towards that left knee so you can keep that foot tucked into your body, or you can take that stretch a little further, extending out in front of you before hinging at the hips. Pressing yourself back to your hands. Let's go ahead and start by extending that leg and bringing both feet out in front of you. We're going to reach for those feet. If you have a yoga strap or something in place, like a belt of a yoga strap, feel free to get that handy. Or you can follow me with your hands as you reach forward, eyes look down to the floor. Whether you're using your yoga strap or your hands, I want you to pedal out through those feet. Feel that stretch through your calves, your ankles. Slowly lifting yourself up and swinging those feet behind you. We're adjusting into our tabletops position. Knees in line with your hips, wrists in line with our shoulders. Let's go ahead and find that packed shoulder position. So what I mean by that is shoulders are pulled down away from our ears, like you're compacting your back. Holding that position, keeping that position with your spine, so not letting those hips arch. Nice and tight, we're gonna tuck our toes under, shoulders stay tight, and we're just gonna hover our knees an inch or two off the floor. Let's keep those shoulders compressed and tight. And hips press back for downward dog. You're welcome to walk those feet out if you'd like, or you can hold here in the center. Inhale as you bring your gaze up towards your hands. Exhale as you hop or step your feet forward. Slight bend through the knees as you roll slowly into standing. Let's take a deep breath here at the top. Exhale, arms come down to your sides. I'm going to face you. For this next exercise, we're going to do some hip hip exercises, hip and balance. We're gonna start on one side, balancing on one side. You can choose. We're just gonna do some hip open and close. Notice that standing leg stays slightly bent. You might have to start with a small lift, gradually bringing that knee a little bit higher. Let's try to keep those hip bones facing forward here. One more on this side, then we'll switch over to the other side. Same thing, lifting up and out. Let's do one more. All right, we're gonna keep with that balance. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me. You will wanna be long ways on your mat, more towards the front. We're gonna stand nice and tall, shoulders are up. Make sure those hips are rolled under. You can use your hands. Make sure those thumbs tuck those hips under. You should feel your core engaged. Keeping everything tight, let's just raise one foot off the floor. Finding our balance. You can also keep that toe hitched for support if you need to. From here, we're gonna kick back into a donkey kick. So hips, shoulders, spine, they all stay in one line. Can you bring yourself back into that balancing position? We're gonna do that a few times. If you need to keep your foot hitched, kick back, hitch, find what works for you. This should be challenging. You need to use your concentration. You should not feel that lower back arch as you kick back. We're gonna do one more. This time from here, we're gonna step back into lunge. Very good. Go ahead and keep those hips tucked under. Let's bring those hands to prayer. And cross that right arm over your left. Or if you did the other side, just crossing that elbow over your knee. Rotating back to center. From here, I want you to try to place your weight on that front leg. See if you can press, lift back into standing, and release. Shake it out. How'd you do? I'm gonna turn to this side. You can stay facing that way if you'd like. We're just doing that same thing on the other leg. Find your breath. Shake out those legs. Let's get ready for the other side. So we're gonna start with that balance. So again, you can keep your toe hitched. Make sure that your core, glutes, chest, shoulders, everything is engaged here. When you're ready, we're gonna kick back, donkey kick, and slowly lift back up into standing. So notice, if you keep your chest up and kick back, you're gonna feel that pain in that lower back. Your spine needs to follow your hips. We're doing 4 on the 4th one, stepping back into that lunge. Big step. Hips are tucked under, holding here for a few breaths. Hands come into prayer. Crossing that left elbow over your right knee, or if you did the other side, just crossing over. Rotating back to center. Let's shift onto that standing leg. See if you can lift back into standing. Very good. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. I'm going to go down to the floor facing the other direction today, or this time. Hips in line with your hips. Sorry, feet in line with your hips. Big breath in. Exhale. Shift forward. Hips press behind you. Forward fold. Hands placed on the floor. Hopping or stepping back into that plank position. Gently releasing those knees as you sit back into child's pose, keeping your arms and fingertips reaching forward. Before we go into our next balance exercise, let's go ahead and shift, do a few cobras. Exhale, release down to the floor. Inhale, press yourself up, elbows stay close to your body. Exhale, release. We're going to do that a few times. Work our triceps while we're at it. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Make sure those shoulders are not pressing into your ears, especially as you get tired. Exhale, release. One more time, this time holding yourself up. Exhale, release. Very good. Let's go ahead and lift up and back into child's pose. Shake out your arms if you need to. If you're like me, your triceps are sore today. All right, for our next balance exercise, we're going to do some side planks. So starting in that tabletops position, we're going to step our hands forward, letting our hips follow. You're going to open up to one side, so elbow goes below your shoulder. I'm going to give you multiple options here. So first option, knee stays on the floor. I'm going to move this way. Second option, you're going to bring that bottom leg, bring it behind that extended leg. Or third option, stacked feet. You should be pressing away from the floor. So not letting your weight sink into that shoulder. Can you lift your leg? Slowly release. Rotate back to center. Gently release those knees. Go ahead and shake it out. Sit back on your heels. I'm going to face you, so I'm going to turn to the other side. You can just turn your back towards me. Let's get ready. Starting with that elbow below your shoulder. So what I mean by that is I don't want there to be an angle here. I want your shoulder to be stacked. First option is with that knee bent, top leg extended. Second option, bring that foot behind your extended leg. And third option, stack your feet. Maybe even raise that top leg. If you really want a challenge today, Gently release. Rotate back to center. Place those knees on the floor. Shake it out. Whether you need to shake out your shoulders, roll out your neck, stretch your sides, do what you need to do. We're going to meet back on those knees in a second once you're done with your little free time. I'm going to face you for this one. Knees in line with your hips. If you have a pillow and you want to place it below your knees so it's a little softer, that's fine. We're going to extend one leg here. Bring those arms up. Exhale as you drop one arm down to the floor. You can also place it on something that's elevated to modify the position. Notice how my head's not resting on my shoulder. Everything is staying open here. As you lift it back up, we're going to start with our arm, our chest, and then we're going to sit back on our heel while that leg is extended. From here, we're going to shift our weight forward. That leg should still be extended out to the side. We're going to use those glutes to help raise that foot off the floor. Bring that foot behind you. Drop your toe and then your knee. Go ahead and walk those hands back up towards your body. I turned so that you could see that. My leg didn't hit the wall. We're doing that same sequence on the other side, starting with your leg extended. Arms inhale up, exhale down to the floor. If your chest is dropping, go ahead and bring your hand a little bit higher. Place it on a book or something you can use to elevate that hand. Inhale as you lift that arm. Raise your chest and sit back onto that heel. Inhale, shift your weight forward. We're going to lift that leg off the floor. Swing behind you, releasing your toe, your knee, and then sitting back into child's pose. Feel free to rock those hips side to side. Maybe walk those hands side to side. taking those hands back under your shoulders, pressing yourself up. Let's go ahead and scoop back onto our glutes. Releasing down to the floor with or without using your hands for support. Starting with one knee tucked into your body as your opposite leg is extended out in front of you. Reaching for the outside of that knee as you bring that leg across your body, allowing your hip to release, opening your arm out to the side. Take your time to roll onto both hips. Bring that knee back into your chest, extending that leg, reaching from either under your thigh, your calf, or maybe your ankle. From here, I want you to flex and point your toe. Maybe even take that into a full ankle rotation. Let's bring that knee back into our chest. Sliding our opposite foot so that you're in your tight ball. Go ahead and roll it out. When you're ready, keeping that opposite knee tucked in as you extend your leg out in front of you. Reaching for the outside of that leg with your opposite arm. Bringing that knee across your body. Opening your arm out to the side. Rolling onto both hips as you bring that knee back into your chest. Let's go ahead and extend that leg. And alternate pointing and flexing your toe. You're welcome to take that into a full rotation. Bringing that knee back into your chest. Placing your foot on the floor and extending your heel out in front of you. Go ahead and relax your eyes. Pull those shoulders down and away from your ears. Allow your toes to roll out. Releasing your mind of any negative thoughts with each exhale. Keeping your focus on your body in this moment. Keeping your eyes relaxed. Start to exaggerate your breath. Feeling the movement through your chest get bigger with each inhale. Eventually bringing those arms overhead, lengthening out your body, rolling over to one side. Take a few moments to open your eyes. And slowly press yourself back into your comfortable seated position. Let's finish with our deep breaths. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, connecting those hands into prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, everyone. Please make sure you participate, or if you are in the Corvallis location, you're going to the multicultural event, the virtual multicultural event on Wednesday. Please keep an eye out. It should be over by the time yoga starts at 1 o'clock, but just in case, keep your eye out for notifications from me. I am the last presentation, so I would have to stay on. So just keep an eye out. I will hopefully see you all on Wednesday, but if not, have a great rest of your week. Thanks, Gabriella. Thanks, Garrett.